In news that has rocked the government, Immigration Minister Robert Jenrick has resigned. It's believed that he felt the new legislation did not go far enough and would not stop the small boats. James cleverly announced the government's new Rwanda emergency legislation at 6 o'clock this evening.
So, today, the government has published emergency legislation to make unambiguously clear that Rwanda is a safe country and to prevent the courts from second-guessing Parliament's will. We will introduce legislation tomorrow in the form of the Safety of Rwanda Asylum and Immigration Bill to give effect to the judgment of Parliament that Rwanda is a safe country, notwithstanding UK law or any interpretation of international law.
Now, the bill is very interesting and neat constitutionally because what it does is answer the Supreme Court's concerns very specifically. It legislates to say that Rwanda is a safe country and that is irrespective of any other law. Why is this constitutionally important? Well, Parliament, historically the High Court of Parliament, has decided that the law of the land is that Rwanda is safe, and this is on the basis of Parliament's knowledge, the government's knowledge, and the new treaty that's been agreed with Rwanda to add to some of the protections for people who would go there. This is in line with the ancient history of our constitution, whereby Parliament is the ultimate arbiter. The judges interpret the law, Parliament makes it. And this is a proposal for Parliament to make the law in a way that the judges will be limited in the way they can interpret it. It leaves few loopholes, and it's got a notwithstanding clause. What does this mean? This means that regardless of any other act of Parliament, any other earlier act of Parliament, the law that is going to be brought forward tomorrow is final. And that's in line with our Constitution, which always used to follow an idea of implied repeal, so that if a new bill came forward, that implicitly repealed any older bill. So it's all in line with proper constitutional practice. However, what seems to have led to Robert Jenrick's resignation is that it doesn't go far enough in the very limited amount of time that is available. If you think there has to be an election by January of next year, Rishi Sunak, as one of his 5 promises, said stop the boats. He didn't say reduce the boats, he said stop the boats. And if that's to happen, even if this law were passed tomorrow, and it will take a month or 2 to get through, individuals would have the right to go to court, and possibly even to the Strasbourg court, to appeal against the decision on an individual basis. So, the law will say that Rwanda is safe in principle, but you, if you had come over in a small boat, would be able to say, well, that's fine, but it's not safe for me because of my particular and individual circumstances. Now, from a Conservative point of view, this isn't unreasonable. The Conservative Party believes in the rights of the individual and believes that the state is under the law rather than the state being the law. Very long-standing principle of our Constitution. But if we are to make the policy work in a timely manner, it might be better if that right could be exercised in Rwanda rather than in the UK, because then you find people will stay here for months and potentially years, undermining the policy. So today has been really interesting. At 6 o'clock, the policy was announced. You saw the clip of the Home Secretary. But at 7 o'clock, Robert Jenrick has resigned. So where does the government go from now?